Welcome to the Midnight Series, where we slip into our PJs and lean into the uncomfortable, one late night conversation at a time. Think of this as your late night sleepover with friends, the kind where conversation gets real after the lights go out. So slip into your PJs, grab your favorite beverage, and let's begin. It was that, and mine was a lot of, I can't believe that this is a world that we live in and that our children are going to live in.
I knew the world was like that, but for some reason I thought America was different. And I started realizing, like, oh my gosh, it's this false sense of freedom.
Yeah.
We've never been free. They like to scream that you are while it's restricting you from the systems they've put you in to hold you back.
Yeah.
And marginalized people have been saying this, screaming this for years.
But it's like when you tell people, it's like people have to admit that they think they're a bad person. And there's a lot of shame when you're like, hey, you believe in a system that marginalizes
Oh, fair.
oppressed people. And
Fair.
they have to work through that shame.
Well, they're like, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't make the system. I didn't do
But
this.
it's like,
And
but
it's
you
like,
believe in it. And that's
whoa, nobody is saying, also, nobody's saying you did.
right.
You can't really help that you were born into privilege,
Right. Exactly.
but you can't be aware of it.
And I think that's the whole point.
That's literally all people are asking. I mean, some people, I'm sure, are going to the extreme, and that is who Fox News is highlighting. Just like the radical right people, that's who CNN is highlighting.
That's why I'm like, it's both.
It's both. It's both. It's crazy. It is so crazy. It is funny because the right, they're both sides, the left and the right, they're like, oh my God, the other side just gets so offended. And I'm like, but you're literally offended, they're offended.
It's like watching, you remember the Mean Girls episode, or the scene where Regina George is like standing in the middle and there's complete chaos all around? That's what I feel like working, like the political front. Like, they're animals.
They're crazy.
Like, but all of you.
It is so what, and they're just feeding into it.
Yeah, I'm just like watching the circus go down.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And that political affiliation so closely, it's like, no, your religion and your politics, it can't be different. It can't be separate.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it actually is. And it is biblical that it's separate.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason that the tithe was included was taxation back in the Bible was because there was not a structured government in place, and that the church, and they were the ones that were feeding the poor, feeding the sick, building the buildings. Now they're literally feeding themselves. Now, I know. No, it's so crazy. It is. But again, it's both sides. It really is both sides.
It really is. And people are like, we're losing freedom of speech, and we are. But I'm like, it's
been a long
We
time
lost freedom of
coming.
speech when social media started getting political and people started dividing.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say how you feel without getting obliterated online.
And too, like, losing your job.
Yeah.
We've never really truly had freedom of speech. And I don't think people realize that. Mm-hmm. Like, sure, maybe if you got, sued or whatever, and you went to court, and maybe it falls under freedom of speech, but
like, you're protected.
You're protected.
Yeah.
But not really.
But not your livelihood.
Not your livelihood. Maybe you can get on your story and do it, but then if you're trying to get a job, your employers...
But Instagram will shut you down.
Instagram, the algorithm will restrict you.
Yeah.
You don't have freedom of speech. Mm-mm. We have to censor ourselves so much. And then, too, I see the right all the time being like, oh my gosh, like, they want to, like, censor us. It's all about censorship. We need to... Yet we literally have censorship of, like, Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
And Stephen Colbert. Mm-hmm. Stephen? No.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen Colbert.
I didn't watch him. But it's just wild to me, because if you really look at it, it's like, oh my gosh, no, there's always been censorship. It's just more blatant now.
Yeah.
And it's from both sides.
And they can't see it.
And they can't. They're so blinded. They keep trying to censor the other side. And then now we literally have smear campaigns, smear political campaign. Not, we've always had smear political campaigns, but like, I think of all the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni stuff, and how they're saying they've been using social media to go against it's gotten so complex and like such a horrible spider web.
It's terrible.
So like, where do you even go from here?
It's a great question because I don't have the answer. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's why I have to log off social for months at a time because I'm like, this is energy that I'm taking in that does not belong to me. And it's
Yeah.
also, people don't realize this stuff that we're seeing on a daily basis. That is literal trauma that we are
Yeah, if we saw
processing
that in
from
real
our
life,
screens. Yeah.
we would, you're right. You said that last night. If we saw someone assassinated
Yeah.
or killed in real life,
We would have
we
to go
would
to
be in
therapy.
therapy. So then to watch it in the comfort of our own
In
homes
home.
where we're supposed to be safe,
That's just completely upended our whole.
then everyone's like, why are we so upset about this? Or, being shamed if you were upset after seeing it. And it's like, whoa, we just went through trauma.
Yeah, we're processing something we were never intended to see.
No, it is I think it just goes back to what we've talked about before is like, it is such a distraction from what our purpose here is on this earth.
Yeah.
And
Well, they're feeding us trauma on a daily basis. Of course, we can't function as human beings.
yeah,
You're not supposed to see this stuff.
no. And look, I know we come from privilege,
Oh,
both you and I,
absolutely.
and we come from the place of like, because I think about a person that I follow, and she had shared something about how being silent and not standing up for human rights and everything is actually, it's privilege. Like
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's so interesting. And she's like, you can't be quiet. You can't do this. And I was like, gosh, but I just don't know what to say. I don't.
Yeah, and I also refuse to contribute to the division.
The division.
Like, I
Yes.
will not. I will.
I don't feel like that's godly.
No.
That's not
I
of
don't.
him. That is what the devil wants us to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so then I'm like, oh my gosh. And two, I would never want to shame someone into using their voice if they didn't feel aligned in it.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
And so, and to
And
me,
not everybody is called to speak out. Like, of
Yes.
course. And also, you can mourn with those who mourn. You can do things that are standing up for these people. Like, silence doesn't have to be. I'm trying to think of the words. You don't have to go on social media to use your voice. You can use your hands and your feet and serve.
there are so many different ways that people can make a difference and serve the community. Does not need to be on social media. Just because someone is I think I was talking to Evan about this, he's like, oh my gosh, it's just getting so crazy. And I was like, it is getting crazy, but really it's just loud.
Yeah, it's a bunch of noise.
It's a bunch of noise and we just need to cut it out.
Yeah.
And everyone's voice, it's just, they're getting louder and louder and louder. And as a last ditch effort, everyone's just screaming.
And a lot of people think they have to.
And maybe in the past that has worked. Like that's the only thing that's worked is for them to scream.
Well, they call it awareness, and there is some truth to that, but you're contributing to
Division.
You're not healing
No.
this world by doing that.
No.
I think you don't. Sometimes I'm like, what is a repost really even doing? Like, shouldn't you be out in the streets fighting for this and like joining nonprofits
Yeah.
or getting into your local community and helping to make a difference? Like, I don't really feel like I've fulfilled something
No, me either.
by just reposting
I don't think that our mission here is to just talk about it.
so I think it's part of it.
I do
But
too.
it's like, that's just step one.
Yeah. And so for people that talk about it all the time, I'm not saying that's not important. It is important. But to shame other people for not talking about it or not supporting or going actively against, human rights issues, which I agree with what you're saying, right? Like I agree that we shouldn't support death and starvation and all of these crazy other things. But to say someone who's being silent is part of the problem, you don't know what they're doing behind closed doors. You don't know. It goes back to the exact same thing. Like you don't know how God is working in their life. So stop screaming, stop whining, stop barking.
Yeah.
Like it's not, but they're going to keep doing that until we stop
feeding into it.
Like, so, like the only thing that I see and the only message that I get from God in all this is like, stop.
Yeah.
Just pull back.
Stop for a second.
Stop and serve.
Realign and serve.
Stop and serve.
And contribute to healing rather than division.
And he's like, you see a problem, you see an injustice, go actively, go serve it. Like, go find a way to serve your community. Like, you feel like there's issues in, Gaza. Obviously, we can't go over there, but like, look into ways to donate to people that are actually fighting the good fight.
Put action into your words, because at the end of the day, it's like you're reposting.
And commenting, free X, Y, and Z on people's YouTube. Yeah. Like, what are you actually doing?
But there's still the marginalized, the oppressed, and the poor that's still sitting over here being ignored.
You're saying everybody else being silent is contributing to the problem, but you screaming so loudly and doing nothing is contributing to the problem. We're all part of the problem. We're all blinded. And it's like, until we're like, oh my gosh, even though I think I'm doing something good and I'm talking about it, until I realize I am part of the problem, I'm just as bad.
And I think once you have that realignment, then yes, you talk about it in a healthy way. You bring awareness in a healthy way, in a time that it is intended to be shared.
Yeah.
In a way that it's going to actually create change, because right now it is not.
No, it's just making people terrified and scared
and at each other's
angry.
Throats. Yeah. Which you're entitled to, like, we should feel that way about this earth and what we live in, like what other people are sitting through, what we're sitting through in America.
It's terrible.
Like, we should be angry. What's happening to other people, we should be angry, but what are we going to do about it?
Yeah.
Besides posting about it on social media.
Yeah. And when I found out that there were different groups that were paying content creators for making videos, both sides, but like making videos. And I'm like, do you know how many people that could feed?
Yeah. Amen.
It's just
what is that money going towards?
There are literally people starving.
You can walk down the street and there's a homeless person sitting on the corner.
Yeah, and you're going to pay content creators?
They could have shelter and food.
And then I get it.
And access to health care.
Yeah. I'm just like,
it's
what?
Crazy.
And then somehow these content creators have justified it. They're like, well, I'm already doing it. At least I might as well get paid. I'm doing this for free. I'm speaking this message. And I'm like.
So it's literally not freedom of speech.
It's not.
You're getting paid.
You're getting
for
paid. It is censorship. And like, I don't know. It's just crazy to me. Yeah, it just rubbed me the wrong way when I realized that. I was like, because at first I was like, oh, well, you know what? It's a lot of work to do social media. Like,
it is.
My husband does it full time now. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But
to take a basic human right and to make money off of it feels icky.
It feels wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, and again, I do think that there are some content creators or, people in politics that God has, like, that is their path.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so if you are feeling fully aligned in that and your spirit is settled and it's between you and God, like, then that's not who we're talking about. Mm-hmm. We're talking about the people that are just screaming. You can so clearly tell their spirit is unsettled.
And it's not contributing. It's not changing anything.
It's only bringing more disunity.
Yeah.
More separation than unity.
And hate.
And
actual
that is
hate
from the devil.
Yeah.
And whether you believe in the devil or God or the universe or whatever it is bad energy.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that it's not. Like,
I agree.
And so I just, I don't know. Sorry, we went like down a random tangent, but
I mean,
this world, I'm interested to see where we go in 6 months from now, a year from now.
Yeah. And I feel like, too, we should care about universal problems. We should care about the things that are happening on a global scale. Mm-hmm. But our local community is being ignored.
Oh, completely.
Because we are so hyper-focused.
We're in everybody else's business.
On something that, as of right now, we can't fix. I feel like it needs to start in your home. It needs to start with yourself, then trickle out to your home, then trickle out to your friends, then trickle out to your local community, then on a state level. On like, that's how it works. You can't just get on Instagram and scream and think the world is going to change tomorrow.
Yeah, and you think that you're like pressuring politicians, and it's like the politicians
give
don't
a
care.
shit.
They don't care.
They don't.
It's so clear.
It's, to me, I picture them like behind the scenes, like,
They're like, great. It's like
working.
the Mean Girls thing
It's
again.
working.
They're in the middle of all this chaos, and they're like, woohoo!
we're doing it. It's working. Look at them.
It's like the thing. There's no bad press.
Right.
Oh, so you're mad
And they're
about
only
me?
getting paid more.
Literally. And so it's like, stop screaming. It's not helping.
I know.
As I literally am screaming.
And I was like, I want to pull my hair out. But there is things like, you know, there's the two truths to that, because there is things that like we are not called to be silent about.
There are. Yeah.
But our voice can be used in different ways other than social media. And I think that's what we're trying to say is like our silence on here does not mean we're being quiet in our homes, in our community.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's just so many different, and everybody's called to a different path. And so again, I don't want to judge anybody that is screaming on social media. Like, you're allowed to do that. But again, just, the way that I look through it, I look through the lens of, is this bringing people closer together? Is this bringing people closer to God? Does this feel aligned with my spirit and God? Like, I really try to let him lead my speech and my thoughts and again, I get people who aren't very religious. It's probably hard to know,
Right.
you know, and not even religious, but just don't have a strong faith because you don't have that connection to our creator, our source. And like, it's probably extremely hard to know what feels aligned and what doesn't, because maybe you don't even know. But like, you shouldn't be screaming if you don't know what feels aligned and what doesn't feel aligned.
Yeah.
Now, again, basic human rights.
You have the right to do that.
Like, fair. Well, and also, there are injustices going on that is so clearly, you don't need to have a faith to know they're absolutely horrible and wrong and evil.
Yeah.
But I would just really encourage a pause.
I would encourage a pause, and I would encourage, if you feel called to speak on it, that is fine. We're not here to take your freedom of speech away, but take that shit seriously. Yeah. Your words matter.
Yeah.
You can be angry and still contribute to unity at the same time.
Reach.
They can coexist together.
They sure can.
So take it seriously. Think about your words, because your words matter.
They do. They really matter. And more people are listening than you think.
Yeah. It's affecting people. And I think we should take that seriously.
Well, you and I, we always talk about this, and we say that, you said it a while back, but I can't imagine going to heaven and being in front of God, or maybe not heaven, but like just going in front of God and him being like, you got it really wrong.
Like, that's not actually what I said.
That's not what I said. That's not what I meant. And do I think he's going to be like, you can't believe you did it? No, he's not going to persecute us. He's not going to punish us. But I can't imagine getting it so wrong. And the worst thing is, it's bad enough to get it wrong, right?
Yeah.
But then to have misled
Tons of people.
so many people. And he meant, like, my purpose, maybe he wanted, my purpose was to actually lead people closer to him and in unity. And I did the exact opposite. Like, I just, it like makes me want to cry even thinking about
it. It's heartbreaking.
And so that's why we take it so seriously.
Yeah.
What we say matters. What we do matters. Who we serve and how we serve matters.
Absolutely. And I have so many friends who listen to our podcast, and the overall feedback that I get is, you guys are so careful with your words. And it's not because we're morally wishy-washy. It's because we take it so seriously.
Yeah.
How are our words going to affect God?
Yeah.
How is it going to portray Jesus? How is it going to make someone else feel? How is it going to make us feel? And what is it contributing to this world? Because I don't know if I believe our world is going to get better, but we can. And I take that so seriously.
Yeah.
So it's like my pause, our pause, our caution, our awareness isn't silence. It's healing.
Yeah. And God speaks in the stillness.
And
he speaks
does.
to us
and
in
we
the silence.
care about people that are hurting. But we are not going to contribute any more pain.
No. We're not going to post something that's a clickbait to get more views, to get people.
It's not why we're here.
God will speak when and you'll hear it when you're ready to hear it.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here with us today. If something resonated, maybe a sentence, a silence, or a story, hold on to that. If you felt seen or stirred or simply curious, we hope you'll join us again. Until then, stay open, stay tender, and remember, there's always a seat for you at the table.